Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I bring you greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus. I'm going to be brief. I'll try to be as brief as possible in this video. It is no longer news to many of you that J. Israel came to Nigeria, made peace with Dr. Chris Okafor and Jeremiah Omoto Fufenyi. And also, it is no longer news that Dr. Chris Okafor during the weekend was in Zimbabwe, where he even met the president of Zimbabwe, and together with J. Israel, and they had a 3-day crusade. And before we dive in, I just want to show you the arrival of Dr. Chris Okafor to, at the Zimbabwean airport. I wouldn't know which of the airports was that, but here we have the arrivals of Dr. Chris Okafor. Now, that was him at the airport, and look at his convoy, the way he was welcomed. And you wouldn't actually expect something less than this. You could actually expect more. And I want to believe that in subsequent times, you may see J. Israel organize something that will be more bigger than this, as in showing off things, because that has been his business.
Hello Zimbabwe, hello Zimbabwe. This is J. Israel Sr., the one and only, the voice of reason, the voice of the voiceless. We are here in Zimbabwe with the Honorable Senator Mike Chimombe. Chabuda, Chakasheka, Chakaloka ma streets. Dr. Chris Okafor is in Zimbabwe for the very first time. Honorable Mandrati Zoti, Murumuna, Amune Power. Ijima one. EEG to the world. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Harare Gardens, 4 p.m. daily on Sunday. Listen, Joyful Praise will be there, Sebastian Magacha will be there, Matthias Mary will be there, Dorcas Moyo will be there, and many more, and myself. I'm single, by the way.
He briefly quit, and eventually he has returned. He has gone back to what he knew how to do the best. All right. Now, for me, that is one of the things that when I look at is a big turn off for me. A minister of the gospel doesn't have any business entering a town in that fashion. And for me, even though he did not request for it, but he could have politely turned it down. Now, somebody may remind me that Jesus entered into Jerusalem with a coat. Is because you do not understand. But Jesus has been, in that land all the days of his ministration and his travelings. He had done those things with on his foot, and very, very gentle. And even after that, after he did that, entering to fulfill the prophecy. Now, we're not going to go into that prophecy. Now, tell me any other of his disciples or the apostles, those that were really anointed with Spirit of God and power and signs followed them. Tell me any of them that actually entered the city like that. None of them. Now, I'm not here to say so many people are calling me God's representative, that I've retired God and I'm not judging people. But that is your business. I'm here to do what is right in my spirit, and I believe what God has sent me to do. Now, for me, this kind of entry is a turn off for me. Now, moving away from that there is a message that Dr. Chris Okafor preached in that crusade. We're going to look at it.
You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription, and God bless you. Shalom.
But then, when I was watching this video and something dropped up in my mind, I remember early 2000 in 2001, when I started doing this, and I was like, whenever I saw people asking people to leave the church, I was always against that, and I have always spoken against that. And J. Israel was the foremost crusader and campaigner of people leaving the building, the church, the building. Now, it dropped to my mind that when he has finished convincing a lot of people to leave the church circle, that the house itself is not the church, which is true. The house itself is a place of gathering. We are the church. Now, we are the called out. Now, but he has gone back into gathering crowds again to begin to run church again. Now, for me, it is a crime. This is a crime. You succeeded in convincing people to leave places of worship. Me, I've been an advocate of you not being under the pastor who is an agent of the devil, who is a liar. I've been an advocate of that, but I can never tell you to stop going to church. The Bible said we should not forsake the assemblings of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Now, but this guy has succeeded. Many people believed him. Many people followed him, and they're still following him today. He stopped many people. He was at some point in time building an online church, what he called it, his online church. There he was going to collect offering. But eventually, when so many people have given into his teachings, now he is back to what he was doing, what he said he left. All right. And this time around, without he doesn't even care about anybody's opinion anymore. But then that is his life. Now, one other thing I want to say here is that the coming together of J. Israel and Dr. Chris Okafor is a proper coming together of two charlatans. You see, yeah, when it was right for me to stand up for the truth and not lie. I've always stood up for the truth. When anybody says anything that was contrary, like when he was sick and an obituary was announced, and eventually we found out that he didn't die, and even if he died, it gave nobody right to a kind of rejoice over the death of anybody. Now, and a lot of you saw me. Some even say I was having gay relationship with J. Israel. There is nothing one can know here. So yes, I am one of those that love J. Israel, even till tomorrow. I still love him, but now he has gone back to his vomit, complete vomit. Now, so before you say one or two things, I'd like you to look at this service that was done, this prophecy that was done by Chris Okafor here. We're going to look at it and we're going to analyze it. But first and foremost, before I bring the one I want us to analyze, I'd like you to don't forget this in a hurry. This woman was also used by Dr. Chris Okafor to perform fake miracle. Recently on TikTok, I saw a woman that was performing the same kind of miracle, with the same kind of problem that this Nigerian lady had on her hands. That about when I read her interview proper, about 9 pastors had used her, and they would pay her money, they would pay her off, and she would travel to another city, So now that was Dr. Chris Okafor for you. And now we look at this prophecy proper. We're going to analyze it. Just hold on. Okay, so here we have the video that I was talking about. If you have not watched it before, it's in this channel. The background, the story behind the video will make you laugh so much. The more that the reason why this guy was brought to was because the first actor was not acting well at all. The first actor was a woman. It's like she was regretting why she accepted the contract. So this other person was brought in to diffuse and, in fact, make them to forget the atmosphere that the woman was creating. And I tell you that this man acted well. But listen to the blunders that Chris Okafor committed while carrying this house.
Her name is Edith. She was born year 2000 on the 3rd of April, year 2000. She was born by 17 minutes past 10 p.m.
Now, this was the birth of the man's alleged first daughter. He said the man had 4 children, first daughter, and he knew the exact minute, the exact moment that child was born. A lot of you here are mothers and fathers. Even you, mother, you don't know the exact time you gave birth to your child. You don't know. Now, some husbands are not even around when their wives will give birth. Even the doctors can only tell you that this child was born, except there was an intentional, decision, a decision that was taken, so that they would not, like they used to do on New Year Day. They want to know the baby of the year, so everybody will be. But sometimes it's not always like that. So the guy, accepted everything, but this is not what I want to show you.
The second one, her name is Cynthia. The second child and daughter, her name is Cynthia. She was born in 2003. July 11th.
I love the guy. I'm sure.
On the 11th of July, she was born on a Sunday morning by 10:57 a.m.
Okay, I'm going to widen the screen here so that you will see it. See what I did. He said July 11, 2003 was Sunday morning, but here it is. I went on Google and Google gave us the date. July 11, 2003 happens to be what? A Friday, not a Sunday morning. The detailed form, 192nd day of the year 2003 in the Gregorian calendar. All right? Now, so it was a Friday, but the spirit that was giving Chris prophecy gave him that day was a Sunday morning. And remember what the Lord said. The Lord says, whosoever that shall say anything and it is like this, you know that is not from him. But surprisingly enough, his followers would have seen something like this, noted something like this, but they will still come to attack us. Now, they will still come to call us agents of the devil. We are doing this, blah, 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 blah. They are very angry. Okay, now, so let us move on here to the second one. Just see the guys acting. The guy can act.
2007.
Okay.
Your third child was born. His
Listen.
name is Austin. Hey. Austin. Yes. He was born February 16th. And he was born on a Saturday.
Okay, so I have to do the same thing here. Let me also widen the screen so that you can get the full gist. So we went to search. The date, February 16, 2007, happens to be what? The day of the week was Friday. If you are trying to learn Spanish, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is that day was a Friday, not Saturday. So this is part of the things that when you look at these things and except you don't have a mind. If you have a mind, you should question the authenticity of this person's ministry. Now, plus the picture of this woman. This woman, all of you know, okay, some of you may have not seen. About 9 preachers, 9 prophets, 9 fake pastors used her for miracle. And after that thing will happen, her hands will come back normal again, and then she will allegedly have been healed. And according to her, about 9 pastors used her until the bubble busted. So normally and naturally, if I happen to be a congregant and I saw J. Israel and this person, with all that J. Israel has said he did in the past, I can never ever think of myself sitting under these two. There are several other things that Chris Okafor has done. His prophecy, his colleague in South Africa did Pamela Y. And he too came to Nigeria and he did Joy Y. There are so many of them, but that is not what I'm looking at. Now, so these two came together and their partnership is going to do a lot. Is going to do a lot. And let's move away from that. I said there was a message he preached. And I will play a little part of that message for you and I will say something about that. I said somewhere in one of my videos that error and truth does not mean that when somebody is speaking errors, that the whole message will be bad. No. Now, sometimes it might be 99% truth and 1% error. And because 99% had been true, you may not even know when that error has been inserted into it. But then, I wouldn't say it was an outright error. Listen to him.
Think in verse 8 and 9, and showed them the glory of the world in a moment of time. And they said to him, if you will bow down and worship me, all this will be done. Now hear what he says again. He said, for it has been delivered unto me. Whomsoever I wish, I give. Who delivered it to him?